Hello, this is Susan from the LinkedIn Success Academy. And what I'm going to be talking about today is how to find your first client through LinkedIn. This is very much going to be a what button to press type of exercise, so it's going to be really useful. So make sure that you give it the time it deserves. So if you need to find a quiet room or you need to turn off phones or other distractions, this is the time to do so now. Okay, so just before we begin as well, I just want to point out that this is the second video in this series. The first one is to do with the core fundamentals that you really do need to have in place to understand if LinkedIn is going to help you in order to drive sales for your business. So if you've not already watched that video, please make sure you do so now. So let's begin. Okay, LinkedIn in simplest terms is like a huge database. So why is that important? It's important because you can basically search for the people who need your product or service. That's how powerful LinkedIn can be. And in this exercise, I'm going to walk with you step by step where we're going to look at two examples. Let's imagine, for example, that I want to market to virtual assistants. I want to sell my product, whatever that is, to virtual assistants in the UK. Let's imagine that I want to find, accountants. Off the top of my head, we want to find accountants and we want to kind of target those people in the UK. And all I need you to do is insert who do you need to look for. That's your first thing that you need to think about. And the second, are you location dependent? Does it really matter what location they are? That is, what part of the world. Now you can obviously have further, search parameters, but we're going to keep it really simple just to show you how you can use that. And you can then be able to do it yourself. So before I kind of move forward and, showcase the step-by-step examples of how you can do that, I just want to show you why it's so important that you do consider having a system in place. That is the 9 steps. So I'd say to people, if you don't have a system in place to attract clients, guess what's going to happen? You will not be in business for long. And most people don't have a system. So the first question I want to ask you is, do you have a system? If you do, is it ad hoc? You do it as and when? And secondly, what is the danger if you're not doing this, each day? If you're not basically having a funnel of people that are coming to you on a day-to-day basis, what risks are you putting, not only just for yourself, but also for your family as well? So this is really important. And I don't care if you don't want to use LinkedIn. I'm just going to be so honest with you. If you're in business, you need to have a system to attract clients. And it doesn't matter what you use. So that's me being very, very blunt with you. I find LinkedIn personally works for me because it doesn't mean that I have to go out. It doesn't mean that I have to go to networking meetings. It works around my needs. So you need to find a system that works for you in the way that is comfortable for you at the same time. So if you hate networking meetings, then don't do it. You need to find something that you think that you're going to be able to complete, do, but whatever it is, you need to do it consistently. And this is where most people make that mistake. Another reason that people make a mistake on is they try and do too much. They basically try and use every social media out there. Are you guilty of this? Question mark, okay? Are you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever? Or are you thinking about doing so? Because what is happening is kind of like you're going with every shiny object. You're getting attracted to different things. And what I'm trying to say to you is, if you can master one thing, become great at that one thing and learn how to use it properly, that meets this need. It meets the need of being able to attract clients as and when you need them. And it also allows you to pick and choose who you want to work with. That's really important. You know, a lot of people don't have a choice. You might get a client, you don't think it's right for you, but you have to take it, because if you don't have any income. So think about what I'm saying here. The most important thing of actually this presentation is asking you to think long and hard. Do you have a system? If not, what system are you going to look at to be able to attract clients to you on a regular basis? So that is the big thing that I want you to really focus on. And yes, I will also show you the how-to guide in a second. So if you want to, and you know, by all means you can, you know, my name is Susan Burke. I've been using LinkedIn for a long time now. I basically had to learn this system. I had to recognize, do this, learn it, because I've got the t-shirt. I've got the t-shirt of doing everything wrong. And by learning what I need to do on a day-to-day business, what my business actually needs, it allows me the freedom. So when I talk about freedom, for me, it means that I am a Brit, but I've lived in Spain. I'm currently living in Germany. It's allowed me to have the lifestyle that I want. So think about what that could bring to you. You know, if you're able to attract clients to you, get clients chasing you, what would be the outcome that you could hope for and dream of? Because this is possible. If you see other people doing it, so can you. Go and check out my website, and by all means, if you want you and I to have a chat, you can book in a complimentary strategy session, and we will look at your business and work out why you're not getting clients and what are the building blocks that you need to have in place in order to do so. So the next part of this presentation is actually me going to go onto LinkedIn. So I'm just gonna come out of here. Welcome to my LinkedIn account. So this is me on LinkedIn. This is my homepage. This is exactly what I would love you to do, by the way, is jump onto LinkedIn, and we can do this together. So as I said to you, we're going to look at the search parameters, and we're going to look at two types of people, because we're saying that we want to be able to target those people because we want to sell. Basically, we're a business, yeah? So in order to do that, you need to look at this search button here. And I said the first example was I wanted to find virtual assistants. So I'm going to type in the word virtual assistant. And what you might have noticed is that I'm actually putting those into speech marks. And the reason why is I want to find those two words together in the same kind of sentence. I don't want to find them in different places. And already we're coming up with over 90,000 people that meet that criteria. That is amazing, yeah? So let's look at the filters. So you can see there's the filters here. And we can look at first level connections, second, we can even go to third. So they're your, you know, how they are connected to you on LinkedIn. And for this example, let's imagine that I want to be focusing on the UK. I might go United Kingdom. You can see that I could have put London there and focus on a particular region. And let's just press this button, which is apply. And there you go. Over 5,000 people, yeah, that I've now got access to using LinkedIn. How powerful is this? Now, obviously, if you and I were working together, we would be going, you know, into more advanced ways and more automated ways that we could be using LinkedIn. But this definitely gives you examples of how you can use this for your own business. So the next example I want to look at is an accountant. And I don't need to put it in speech marks because it's simply one word. I type the word accountant and it's coming up with over 2,000, just over 284,000 people. Again, I can look at those filters, and let's imagine that I wanted to put a particular region, and let's say I want to focus on London, then I can do that. So I've just put London there, and then I go the words apply, and this would bring this down, whoa, yeah, over to 72,000 people. So you can see how powerful this is. So I'm really hoping that I've helped you to look at LinkedIn in a different way. So just to recap, I've said to you very clearly, if you don't have a system in your business that attracts clients, then the reality is most businesses, particularly small businesses, don't survive. This is a key part, kind of like the essentials of the essentials that you need to have in your business. So if you're doing something ad hoc or you're not doing something consistently, and you really do know, hand on heart, that you probably need to change this. And if you think that LinkedIn could be a way that works around you, because I'm going to be incredibly honest with you, there is lots of different mediums that you can use. If you enjoy networking meetings, then yes, that can work, but you need to be going to those networking meetings regularly. If you enjoy speaking, then you need to be doing this regularly in order to get work. So whatever way that you decide is right for you in your business, it's about putting basically a step-by-step system in place. And I teach people how to do that in 9 simple steps, where we're looking at how we can best, automate, I'm going to use that word, and outsource things. You need to know how to set things up. So yes, there is a bit of time involved at the start. But if you're wondering, okay, but I haven't got time, Susan, that's one of the things I constantly hear, then you're not going to be in business for long. So yes, you do need to work out the time to set up the system. But the great thing is that once the system is set up, a lot of the activities are admin based, and you can definitely 100% outsource some of these things. And that's what I do. Hands up, this is what I do. It may appear that I'm constantly on LinkedIn, but I promise you one thing, I'm not, okay? Because that's not a valuable use of my time. But I do get my message out daily, okay? So I look at how I can automate and do this in the most efficient way possible. So hoping that you found this video of use. If you want to sign up for a strategy session, by all means do so. As always, get noticed, get hired. Take care.